Remember back to when you were a kid in science class learning about the environment. You probably remember the phrase, reduce, reuse, recycle, getting hammered into your head every day over and over. Many may assume helping the environment is way more complicated than this simple phrase, and it is hard to execute in everyday life. But it can really be as simple as reducing, reusing, and recycling. As said by Margaret Mead, an anthropologist who studied human cultures, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, is the only thing that has. I am currently enrolled in the environmental science class at Nicolet, and helping the environment is something that I am passionate about. And even though I am not living as environmentally friendly as I could be, going forward into adulthood, I will keep the environment on the top of my list of priorities. Today I will be discussing what I've learned in environmental science, including how reducing resource intake, reusing in your everyday life, and recycling daily can be helpful to the environment. The majority of this information I am sharing with you today is from Wisconsin Public Service, HelpSaveNature.com, and World Wildlife Fund, and I will say otherwise if I have other sources. Let's begin with the reduce part of our childhood catchphrase. Reducing may seem like a difficult task, but simple mindful acts can make it very easy. Using less resources can be a simple way to reduce. Carpooling instead of taking multiple vehicles to places, if multiple people are going all to the same place, can save money and gas, or walking or biking to short distance places can save gas and money as well and is a good workout. And both of the above actions save energy and emit less fumes into the air. Turning off powered appliances such as laptops, lamps, or fans when they're not in use save energy. And you can save water by turning off the sink while you're brushing your teeth or taking shorter showers. This graph by American Water Works Association Research Foundation shows how much water we use and where it goes. As you can see, more than a quarter of the graph is taken up by shower and faucet. And if you even reduce in those two areas, you can reduce a great deal of water. Also, eating less junk food and meat can reduce energy use, and it's also healthier. ScienceDaily.com documents the study done by David Pimentel and his colleagues at Cornell University, and this found a healthier diet and returning to traditional farming can help reduce energy consumption in the U.S. food system by 50%. Reducing waste is another easy way to reduce. Keeping your car in good condition helps to emit less fumes from the air. Printing only when necessary saves paper and ink. For example, if you're writing a paper for a class, you only print the final draft. And using paper instead of plastic can help the environment because paper is easier to recycle rather than plastic doesn't biodegrade, and paper is less harmful to animals. Reducing is important in general, but it is especially important in the US. TreeHugger.com, a media outlet dedicated to supplying the world with green news, states that the US makes up less than 5% of the population on Earth, yet we easily consume over 30% of its resources. If the US alone reduced, the world's consumption would cut back greatly. To review, reducing can be done by completing simple mindful tasks, including less resources by carpooling, walking or biking, saving water, and eating less junk food or meat, and reducing waste by keeping your car in good condition, printing only when necessary, and using paper instead of plastic. Next, we will move on to the reuse portion of our 3 R's. Reusing is similar to reducing in that simple tasks are what makes it so easy. Reusing whenever possible, reduce waste in the environment. Using Tupperware instead of disposable containers, using a reusable bottle instead of a plastic one, and bringing your own bags to the grocery store all reduce the amount of plastic in the environment. Also, repurposing is another way to reuse that cuts down on waste in the environment. Using renewable resources such as solar and water power and upcycling can reduce the amount of waste in the environment. An example of upcycling is Nike's Nike Grind, which takes products that cannot be recycled into the environment and makes them into new products. I've just gone over the simple tasks of reusing, including reusing whenever possible and repurposing. Now I will move on to the third R, recycling. Like the other two, recycling is simply being mindful in your everyday life. Ways to be mindful include buying items that can be recycled or looking for bins to recycle the items. For items and the bins, you can find this symbol with the arrows in the triangle that signify that it is recyclable or a recycling bin. Another way to recycle is giving back. Planting trees is an easy way to give back because it emits more oxygen into the air. Another way to kind of recycle is to tell others how to help the environment. This is taking the information you have learned and putting it to use by informing others. In conclusion, I have discussed the in-depth aspects of the childhood catchphrase we all know, reduce, reuse, recycle, including reducing intake and waste, reusing items and repurposing, and being mindful with recycling and giving back. I will leave you with this quote from Jane Goodall, primatologist and anthropologist known for her extensive work on conservation and animal welfare. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Helping the environment is extremely easy if you are mindful. So go out and make a difference, because we cannot survive if the earth cannot survive. And of course, as Dr. Seuss said in the Lorax, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's gonna get better, it's not. Thank you.